Hey guys, so I want to talk to you about Sidi shoes. As you can tell by all the Sidi shoe boxes, Sidi has been around since 1960, and they've been making shoes, the best cycling shoes, in my opinion, of all the other manufacturers, because they have such advanced textiles in using the shoes. It's not leather, it's some type of synthetic material that they've developed that seems to last forever, and they've really got it down. And a couple reasons I've stayed with Sidis: they're always exactly true to size. I've never had an issue with different sizes, with different models or anything like that. They are precise with the way they fit. And I don't know if you've ever bought Italian shoes, you know there's something about Italian shoes that just makes them head and shoulders above the rest of the shoe manufacturers. So these are the original ones I bought years and years ago when I decided to get Sidi after trying Shimano and Specialized and Lake and all these other brands that seem to just get wasted after a year. And I used these probably for about 10 years. I bought these in 2010, you guys. That's how old they are. And I could still use them. I still left the cleats on there because I could still use them. It has a SRS, which is the sole replacement system, which usually only come on the higher end. This was like 3 steps down from their highest model. The highest model at the time was the Dragon, and this is called the Spider. Here's another pair that I got a few years later, and this is a Dominator 7. Now again, still that unique space age material that is, you know, they've really understand their textiles. It started to come off a little bit right here, but I've never had any of them completely separate. So these are just hanging in there. Like I said, these Italian shoemakers know exactly what they're doing with the right type of glue and material, and they make shoes that last. I've even bought spare parts, and that's the thing. This sole replacement system, the SRS, you could buy that new kit. You could buy little parts like these little straps. You could buy the little bracket things, the little, and then they started with the Sidi Dominator 10. They started going to the Techno closures, what they call these Techno, and which is like a boa closure. So this uses a combination of the strap and a boa. And then I kept with that same style, and I got the new Draco 2s that had almost a similar closure, but the second boa is in the middle of the tongue and has this little hardened area, so it kind of makes a little protection on top, whereas the Dominator 10s, everything's on to the side of the shoe. And then I ended up getting a new pair of Dominators because my son's dog chewed up these, and I wanted to get a new pair. And I stumbled on, well, actually I found them back when I bought these, but I stumbled on a company called Bike Closet. I'll put the link below. But they blow out these Sidi shoes, which is kind of nice because a lot of local bike shops just don't carry them because it's hard for them to source them, and then they they source a lot of bike products from third parties, and if that third party doesn't carry it, then they just don't carry it. So this company carries it, called Bike Closet. I bought these, and I think these were really inexpensive. Let me go back to the prices. These were $250 back 10 years ago, okay, or longer than it, almost 10 years ago. I bought these in 2010. I bought these in 2017. So they were very expensive back then. I did get a discount. And then here it comes 2023. I bought these for like $150 or $200, and I bought these a lower model called the Speed, but I wanted something a little more comfortable. So as you get into different models, they have a little bit more flex in the sole. They're not so racy, and they're a little more comfortable. And so these ones have the carbon sole because this is almost their top of the line. The top of the line now is called the Tiger, but it used to be the Dragon. I guess this is kind of in between the Dragon and the new Tiger. So they all have carbon soles, and then they have the sole replacement system where you can put new soles in there. So it's kind of nice. And then look at this material. They even upgrade the material and have this really nice durable material. These are not quite as breathable as these newer ones that I got that have, well, this one is not as breathable, but these are not as breathable as some of my older ones, I should say, that have more mesh in them. So they used to do a more breathable model back in the day, but now they've kind of gone with the whole solid here, and they don't have as much mesh in them. This has a little bit of mesh in the toe, so they might be a little bit hot for some people. The nice thing though is all the parts are replaceable. You could buy the different buckles, you could buy the boas, you can buy the straps, obviously insoles, but I use Superfeed insoles. So you can buy a lot of the stuff and just replace them and keep them going. Or if you're like me, you can just use the old ones for spare parts as long as they match up. So I really like Sidi because I'm an SPD guy. I don't use flats, occasionally, but not really. I'm always on SPDs. And then this is the one I've been using for my gravel bike. And I went on a real long gravel climb the other day that I had to walk through some chunky rocks, so that's how they got a little bit messed up. But I use the regular Dominator 10s almost exclusively for years, or the Dominator 7s. Those were my favorite model. They were a little lower priced. And now I'm using these newer ones, and I really like the Draco. I've been using those lately, and I'll probably be using the Dominator again. I just haven't got them out of the box and set them up yet, but they're set up with the cleats, but I haven't got them out on the trail yet. And I'm probably going to use this Speed one for my gravel because they just look really comfy. And since I just got them in the gravel, I tend not to get as dirty. So unless I do a really, really long climb like I did the other day, where I went all the way up to the top of that mountain right there. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you like Sidi shoes, let me know in the comments. If you're stuck on another brand, I mean, that's on you. I just tend to stick with one brand, and I really like it. Although I do change occasionally, and I'll be making a video about a drastic change I just did with my training as far as what devices I'm using for my training. And kind of, I'll just give you a preview. I'm no longer going to be using Polar watches, and I'll just leave it at that. And I'll make another video about that. So thanks, guys, for watching, and I appreciate your comments and subscription, and give me a thumbs up.